What's up, guys?
Howdy, brothers.
Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Schwatter.
We're actually whiskey and Celsius right now. Show them your glass.
We did break out the Celsius today.
She broke out the wine glass.
The wine glass Celsius. You know what? I'm going to make this my personality because I solemnly swear that drinking Celsius out of a wine glass enhances the flavor 10x.
Where did I solemnly swear?
Solemnly swear.
Do you know where that's from?
No. Is it a Bible thing? Did I accidentally just go Christian? Okay, good. We're good. What?
No, it's a Harry Potter thing. That's why I'm like, why are you speaking my language? You're appropriating my culture right now.
I thought it was just a saying.
I solemnly swear. No.
Cheers, besties.
If you're a Potterhead, you know.
Cheers. We're drinking Celsius because it's a special occasion.
Special occasion. We're finally unveiling our special project.
We finally don't have to be those annoying girlies who are like, stay tuned to know more.
Can't wait to share this project.
So excited.
Just keeping our head down and grinding.
Okay, you guys, we're spilling the tea finally about this project that we've been breadcrumbing y'all on for the past few months. And we're so excited to finally tell you what it is. But before we get into that, we're going to torture
for a little bit more.
Yes, we're going to torture you slightly longer for pro tip and ketchup squirt.
Well, I'll kick it off with pro tip.
They're going to be like, you guys need to start drinking Celsius again.
No, they're going to be like, we need to take Celsius away from you.
Let us know. Put up a
Either way.
We'll put up a poll.
Are we allowed to drink Celsius or no?
Brothers, let us know. Report back.
Okay, so my pro tip has to do with our catch-up. So I'll do my pro tip first, you do your pro tip, and then we'll get into the catch-up, and it'll make sense.
Okay.
My pro tip.
Who are you convincing here? Continue.
My pro tip is if you go to a Magic Mike live show.
Oh my God.
Which, brothers, if you're in Miami, this is not an ad.
Worth it.
10/10 recommend.
Worth it.
So fun. Objectify those men. My pro tip
feels so fucking good.
My pro tip is to not wear a dress or a skirt.
Confirmed by an official source.
Because if you wear a dress or a skirt, they cannot give you lap dances because you'll be flashing everyone.
They can give you a lap dance. They just can't pull you up on stage and flip you upside down.
And pretend to eat your cooter. All right, so what's your pro tip?
My pro tip is... It's so like cringy kind of.
Of course it is.
I have gotten to the point in my life where I have the luxury and blessing of being able to afford a cleaner. We've talked about this before.
This is my pro tip last week.
Well, no, I'm not done.
Okay.
So once you get to that point in your life, my pro tip is give your cleaner coffee when they come over, because this started out as a genuine heartfelt gesture. I was like, coffee? And she was like, yes. And I was like, I got you, girl. And I was just being nice. I was just being like friendly and like that homeowner who's like hospitable. Like, you're in my home. I'm going to treat you as a guest.
What a great host.
I'm a host. Hostess with the mostest, some might say. Anyways, I noticed that she started like killing cleaning my house. Coincidentally, when I started giving her coffee. And she even said to me, she speaks like broken English, but we do communicate, believe it or not. And she looked at me and was like, coffee? And like made this motion like she was like killing the cleaning game. And we laughed about it. And now like we get it. And now I give her coffee every time. And she like loves it.
She's an angel.
And my house is spotless.
She's an angel.
So yeah, that's my pro tip.
Pro tip, fuel those around you.
Yes.
Things will work faster, more efficient, and everyone will be happier.
And yeah, I mean, she's just happy. She loves it. I think she looks forward to her Nespresso coffee. And, you know, it's like, it's quality coffee.
Liv makes a good coffee.
It's quality coffee.
Give it to her.
I'm giving her, you know, I'm sacrificing pods.
I should invest in a Nespresso.
You should get them to send you one.
You're onto something.
I am onto something, bestie. Okay. So that's my pro tip.
On to catch up. Guys, if you watch our stories, if you keep up with us, you know damn well we were sharing slutty moments.
So it was so fun because
we did Magic Mike.
They invited us to the preview a few months ago, and like we didn't know it was a preview, so we thought we were getting the whole show back then. So we showed up. We got like 3 dances, and we were like, "Wait, this is it? Sad." And they were like, "Yeah, this is just a preview. Like full show coming in October." And me and Jess were like, we're buying tickets because this is so fun.
Take our money.
And hilarious and just a flat out riot.
Yeah.
So October came around and Magic Mike in my emails, hey, want to come to the show? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to come to the show with all my friends. Yes. So that's what we did. And 10 out of 10 recommend. It honestly, like, so fun. Honestly, possibly slightly uncomfortable for some.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if that's not your vibe, that's not your vibe. However, me, it is my vibe. And I love it.
If you can just like let loose, you know, they give you some cocktails and it was just so fun. And there's something, I don't know, empowering about sexualizing men and for once. And also being in a safe space of women who are all doing the same thing.
Yeah, it was like you can dance,
fun.
You can like be raunchy and like everyone else is doing it around you.
Yeah, I was like grinding on our friend Jalissa and it's just like good fun, pure fun.
Yeah.
Good energy.
I wouldn't say pure.
Maybe not pure.
You know what I mean?
Pure like fairy. Not pure like
innocent. Guys, we were so raunchy. We were like screaming, like, take it off.
Yeah, Jess like got brought up onto a bar, got whipped cream, like licked off of her, and then she licked it off a man's abs.
Yeah.
And then our friend Kamir got brought up on stage. She was like straddling this guy. He like lifted her legs up. It was really something else.
It was so much fun.
I got a lap dance. He low-key choked me. I loved it. It was a good time. That did not make it on my stories because my fiance would kill me.
Yeah. And this man.
Man bun.
The guy with the man bun.
We spotted him at the preview.
And I thought he was hot at the preview. And I was like, yeah, that one. I want that one, Mom.
But
and then saw him at the show. And I guess we were sitting like in his like section because, you know, like they all are like spread out because it's a huge fucking area.
They do such a great job at keeping the whole crowd entertained. Like they sprinkle them out throughout the whole. So like no matter what seat you get, like
you're getting attention.
You're getting a lap dance. Like there was one song where they were just like every man was giving lap dances to every woman.
Yeah, like they made sure every woman got like 5 seconds of a lap dance
and like felt loved and seen, and it was so fun.
However, this one man. He was giving me the special attention. I was getting the winks.
She was getting the winks.
I was getting the kisses. I was getting the
vibes.
The vibes. The hearts, you know. So I did what any woman would do. I tagged him in my story.
So funny.
And he was such a good sport about it. He was like, thank you guys so much for coming, showing some love, blah, blah, blah. Like next time, like you guys should come out again. Next time I'll pull you on stage. And I was like, oh, you know, he's just doing his job.
So fun.
He's actually not being flirty. In my opinion, which is interesting. I'm like,
well, they're probably so used to it at this point.
Like rude. No, I'm kidding. But
you're like, take it personally. Not flirting with me?
No, but it was so much fun, and I'm glad that we did it, and I would definitely recommend for any girl squad.
Yeah, it's such a good girls' night out. They'll be here for 6 months.
Yeah, so I did not realize it was so long.
Definitely. It has our stamp of approval, besties. And actually, let me know. I can give you a link. I don't know if there might be a discount on it. I don't know. They gave me a link to share with my followers, but let me know. Slide in my DMs, and I will send it to you.
All right, guys, but before we get into it, we are going to be thanking our show sponsor, our dear By Rosie Jane. If you guys haven't already listened to her episode with us, please do. Olivia is wearing her scent right now. I can still smell it, and she's been at my house for like 6 hours. They have a new signature scent called Dolce, which is a decadent and rich dive into the world of vanilla. Olivia, again, is wearing it, and it is so recognizable. Like she walked in, I said, "Are you wearing Dolce?" She was like, "Yes, I am." I was like, "I knew it."
I love knowing that it's clean because every time I spray perfume on me that isn't clean, I think about the fact that it isn't clean, and I'm like, I don't know what's in this.
Yeah, By Rosie Jane is non-toxic perfumes that feel good, smell good, as well as body care products made with the best and cleanest ingredients. These are daily essentials that turn our have-tos into want-tos.
Yeah, and if you haven't listened to that episode already, it was such a good episode. It's a few back where we did the interview with the founder of Rosie Jane, By Rosie Jane, and it is just so good. She was such She was such a great guest, and we had such a great conversation.
And just learning about the conception, how she launched into Sephora. And honestly, she deserves it. Her scents are so incredible. Dolce is a blend of 2 kinds of vanilla, nude musk, and a seductive hinoki wood. Think vanilla ice cream with a shot of whiskey on the side.
Oh my God, very fitting.
That is so fitting. Wow. It's a sweet, playful fragrance that was created by Rosie to take us back to a more innocent time and is all about evoking memories and giving us the feel-good factor that a lot of people are craving right now. This vanilla-forward scent epitomizes fun, carefree, and opulence of the 90s era. It's so sexy.
Yeah, we'll include the link in our description.
I don't know if we have a code, but if we do, it'll be in our show notes.
Yes.
As well as the link, and we will get into our episode.
Okay, you guys, we're spilling the tea. It's time. You know we're doing a course. You don't know what we're doing about.
It's not. Let's say what it's not first.
Okay, yeah, this is a fun game. It's not a cooking course.
Shut the fuck. No one here thought I was making a cooking course. This is not a how to burn your house down course. This is not an influencer.
This is not how to be an influencer course. This is not how to have a podcast course.
This is not how to
own a creative agency course.
This is not how to be a content creator.
This is, drum roll please, how to be an influencer's assistant. I hope that wasn't a letdown.
Yeah, right. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah. So you guys know that in our journey of entrepreneurship, we have had quite a few assistants, and I think like 7. I think 7 between the 2 of us.
Not only that, but it's been the biggest the biggest pain points of scaling our personal influencing businesses, and pretty much hiring in general is like the hardest thing ever to do.
Yeah. And we realized that there was this gap between people who had an interest in being our assistant. Because, like we shared about it here when we were hiring, we shared about it on TikTok. It popped off on TikTok, and we got so many.
We got hundreds of applicants
and
to be our influencer assistants.
And while that was like great, I would say maybe 5% were genuinely qualified. And that's because to be in this industry, like to understand how to be an influencer's assistant, you most likely have to be a micro influencer yourself to understand the verbiage, the vernacular, negotiations, invoicing, campaign management, all of these things, right? And so we got lucky with Anna that she has her own sort of micro influencing business. She's a micro influencer for vegan food and travel. So we got lucky with her. And just throughout this process of, having had 6 or 7 influencer assistants, we have finally solidified a really great, really effective workflow. So from onboarding her to where we're at now, and like she's editing reels for us and just helping with like our day-to-day tasks. Like
it's finally a seamless process.
And she even gets so many questions about how do you do what you do?
By the way, Anna is our assistant currently.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Anna is our assistant, and she's actually going to be joining us on the podcast here soon. So you guys will get to know all about Anna. She's honestly incredible. And, even just like aside from being our assistant, she's an incredible girl. She's an incredible entrepreneur herself. And we love her. And so it really felt just like the perfect fit to kind of do this course with her. And, so many people even ask her on a day-to-day basis, how do you do what you do? How did you find this job? And we felt like there was a gap in the market here where we could confidently produce this course because we have done the trial and error, and we have 1, found the perfect fit, and 2, trained her perfectly for our niche of influencing and just, managing creators that do this full time. So we are going to be teaching you guys and whoever else would like to take this course how to become an influencer's assistant. And this is going to be content and knowledge that you guys could apply to your own influencing businesses as well, if that was something that you wanted to do.
I think it's the perfect fit for someone who is currently influencing as a hobby and creating content as a hobby And if you want to turn that into a job or a source of income, would definitely benefit you, because like,
or if you would even just like, if you have a dream influencer in mind, you're like, damn, I would love to, work for them. I would love to like, and this can apply to in-person assistants as well as remote assistants. It's going to be more on the remote side because so much of what we do can be done from anywhere. So like Anna, for instance, she's been living in Guatemala. She's been living in Mexico City. She's actually flying Italy. She's flying in from Mexico City on this Friday to come film the course with us. So a lot of this can be done remote, but we also give you a little bit of snippets of information on if you guys do want to do this in person and help your favorite influencer create content in person. I know that, Olivia and I, sometimes need that in-person help as well. So if you live in a major city, it could also benefit you that way. But before we get into all that, we're going to take you guys through like the entire conception of like,
when we had the idea, how it came to life. And again, we've shared like multiple times that we've had this idea we've had this like curiosity to create a course the past few years, but nothing has resonated with us enough to pull the trigger. And when we had this idea, it checked the boxes of so many things. One, this was a true pain point in the past 3 years of our professional careers.
Solves an issue.
Yeah. So we were like, this has been a problem we have dealt with. And like, I wish there was this solution when we started to look, into delegation, into having a remote assistant. If there was this solution, like it would have made our lives a lot easier.
Yeah. If someone came to us and they were like, hey, I've taken a course on how to be an influencer's assistant. These are the skills that I've gained. Yeah. It'd be a game changer.
Because that's what we realized. 7 assistants deep and 3 years deep. It finally occurred to us that we were looking for a personal assistant to do a specialized task that they didn't have the credentials to do, which was fine. Like we knew that, and we were like, we'll
train them.
We were like, we can just train them. And then we realized after that failed a few times that wasn't working. It's so much knowledge that you need to know that
it's a specialized industry.
It would require like a month-long, like very intensive training for us to try to train an assistant.
To get them to speed.
So yeah, it's not like, we were like, okay, as long as they know a little bit, we can train them on the rest. And that failed because we literally had to like let go of a few assistants because they would have been great. And they were great personal assistants, but because they lacked the knowledge of this industry, it didn't work out.
And because it is such a new industry, there's no resources online for these people to even like verse themselves on, right? Unless you're like an influencer yourself. That's the only way that you would necessarily have this very specific experience.
And that's why when Anna finally came around, it worked. And that was also a moment for us where it clicked and we're like, she's so good at this and she's killing it and she just fucking gets it. And we're like, why? It's because she's a content creator herself and she understands this field. I wish you guys could have seen us. I don't even know how we were. I think we were literally, okay, so it was when I was in LA, when we were in LA, like not the last time, but I think the time before that, we were driving in the car and we had just hired Anna, I think.
We were on our way to get those chairs, the teak lounge chairs.
Oh my God. Yeah. We were doing a Facebook Marketplace pickup. And I think we were talking about how great Anna was and how she was killing it. And we were having this exact conversation of like, okay, what's the difference? Like, why are we in this seamless system workflow where everything is just...
Why is it working so well?
Why is this effortless? Like, how is this different from ones we've had in the past? And we realized all of this. And I don't even know how it came about.
Guys, we were cracked out on some fucking coffee.
We were cracked out on great coffee.
Enigma.
And I think, one of us was just like, dude, we should make a course.
Wait, that's crazy that it's called Enigma Coffee. And we had an enigma of a...
Wow. Whatever. Anyways, we just had this like light bulb moment of like, what if we created a course? Also, what sparked this was the amount of interest that we got when we said, when we were looking, the round that we hired Anna, that's the round where we got literally almost 300 applicants because my TikTok video went viral of like, POV, you want to work remotely, want to get your foot in the door in the influencer space, want to work in social media, and want to like kind of mentor under influencers who do this full time. It blew up. We got so many applicants. We sifted through all of them and finally hired Anna because she was a badass. But after seeing so much interest of people who wanted to do this position but didn't have, like Jess said, the necessary skill set, we were like, there's a need for this. People want this so badly. So it just like so many things aligned and we just got on a roll. And ever since that moment in the car that day, we were like, we're doing this. Like nothing has felt so aligned, obviously, other than like starting the agency. But that was even 2 years ago now, you know? So for this idea to come about and just feel so right, we just like freaking ran with it and we have not stopped since that point.
Yeah.
And now we're recording it next week. It's so crazy. Oh, so
this is coming out. This episode is obviously coming out on Monday, and we're also announcing the launch on our personals as well as the course's Instagram. So the course is going to we're hoping that, you know, depending on the success of this, you know, we expand to other courses in the future, whether that's content creation or, you know, if we get if we get asked a lot to do something specific, you know, we want to be able to branch into that. So, you know, the umbrella that we're going to be operating under right now is called Socially Ambitious. So you guys can check it out on Instagram at socially.ambitious.
And we'll be posting it all over our Instagrams today too. Yeah. And another thing is that it truly resonates with us so much because we feel like, and I mentioned this in, I think, the last week's episode, but we've been educating on this podcast for the past 3 years. And
that has, like, we've done this for, not to mention, like, not to just be talking about, like, free stuff because we, like, love this podcast, but it just goes to show how much we adore being educators and, you know, speaking on the things that we're passionate about. And people have asked us in the past, like, to do courses with them. And, like, you know, people have always said that. They're always
or if we do like hour-long consultation calls that they could pay for. And that's not something that's ever really resonated with us because we don't have the time. But then we would send them the podcast and be like, hey, here's a resource for you to like deep dive on. Yeah. And, you know, it's free. It's there. We have over 100 episodes, 138 episodes for you to deep dive on. And it's something that comes super natural to us. Obviously, like we love taking our lessons and sharing it with you guys so that you can maybe get there faster than we have, you know, like that's all we ever want is to inspire you guys, to motivate you and to like give you our pro tips so that, you know, you might not have to go through these bumps in the road like we have.
And that's not to say that all of you guys are like, we expect you guys to buy the course. I mean, we assume, you know, some of you guys are like, have always been, a lot of you guys, when we said that we were speaking about hiring an assistant, a lot of you guys applied and we loved that. But we're just, you know, kind of telling you guys where we're at, because I think a lot of people hear the idea of like a course or they hear someone's doing a course and they think like that's scammy. And
that was what we thought too.
Yeah. And
I still kind of think it.
But I hope that you guys know that we would never move forward with something that we didn't 110% believe in. And this is that. Like, there is so much like love, sweat, tears, energy poured into this course that we feel like will really help someone get a leg up in this industry and hopefully change the trajectory of their career and hopefully just change the influencer industry a lot. You know, like making an influencer's assistant a
normal job,
a normal job, an established position. And, you know, ideally someone would be able to say that they take this course and it would help them get the foot in the door. We're also, you know, of course, in this course, teaching them how to pitch themselves to influencers and things of that nature. But even aside from that, I think that going out of your way to educate yourself and take courses like this would help you get your foot in the door at any like agency. Like if we were hiring at Mood for, you know, someone to manage influencers and they've said, hey, I've actually taken this course on how to be an influencer's assistant.
So like, true.
That would give someone an edge.
So true. It's like, it's a credential in a way. And not to mention, when we had this idea, it felt so good to know that, I mean, I don't know how to say this in a way that's not like, oh, we're making such a big difference in the world and giving back. But like, I do feel like in a way, this is giving back to the creator economy. not giving back in like a donation way, because we're obviously going to profit.
We're contributing to the creator economy.
Yes, we're contributing and adding, like she said, making this a legitimate position. The way that an influencer, right, is a real job, and finally something that people are making real money and taking seriously. Yeah, and like those full-time influencers, they need help and they need support, and they just don't. So a lot of them, I feel like, even our friends speaking, like they know they need the help, they just don't have the time themselves to train people, or they don't trust people in their emails, because it is so important. Like that's where the business is being done, and I get it. Like I wouldn't just trust a random person either. They're speaking on behalf of you. It's really important that they're representing you and your personal brand well, and that's why like in the course we go so in depth about email etiquette and about what that looks like. And it feels so good to be able to like even help influencers with this support, because it's going to alleviate so much bandwidth and like stress and burnout for these influencers who need the help, just don't know how to get it.
Yeah. And obviously, being on the influencer side of that, we have so many friends who have reached out to us. How did you find your assistant? Because we rave about her. And, like even Taylor before her was a great assistant as well. And people were always so curious as to like how we found her. And it's like, we don't just like find these people, like we train these people. Like it's not just about like, of course, like we did get very lucky with both Taylor and Anna being and our past assistants. So I'm sorry if you guys are listening. You guys are great too. But, like it's two sides of the coin, right? Like they have to be on top of it, but they, there's also a lot of training that goes on behind the scenes to get them up to speed. And, ideally we're bridging that gap.
Yeah. And not to mention, I feel like a lot of people see the projects we have going on and they're like, how? Literally, yes. How? And it's like, we're not superwoman. Like we're not doing all of this ourselves. We have so much help. Like we have so much delegated so that we don't burn ourselves out, and so that we can manage the podcast and the agency and our personal collaborations and now the course, and like being even just like our personal partnerships. That's on 5 different platforms. So like even that alone, a lot of people will just do full time. You add other projects onto that. Yeah, it's a recipe for burnout. We could not do what we do if we didn't understand the power of delegation.
Yeah. And if we didn't, train Anna and get her.
Listen to our the power of delegation episode. Yeah. We have a whole episode about it, and we go in depth about it because it's so powerful. And when you learn how to leverage it, it's a game changer. So I love, like, I can sleep at night knowing that this is going to not only benefit people who want to get started in the space but don't necessarily know how, and also going to benefit people who are already in this space to be able to scale themselves. Like maybe once they have an assistant, they can think about creating their own brand or taking on more projects or whatever it is. They can scale their business once they finally get the heavy lifting, off their plate.
Yeah. Ideally, this is kind of going to be beneficial to everyone involved. Like, we just want everyone to win. So,
and I feel so fucking good about that. I'm sorry. Like, I feel so good and confident about that. I feel like I said before, I feel no imposter syndrome. Like, I'm so confident that this is going to do such good things for the space on both ends of the spectrum. And I just love that, because I don't have to feel like a sellout, and I feel authentic. Yeah, I feel in line, and that, like, we're obviously sharing this with you guys thinking that some of you in the audience and the listeners might be interested in the course, but even just like pull back the curtain on a business level and just mindset level and journey level, like, this feels good. And
this feels like the culmination of our years and years of experience. And, how, like, doing a course on how to become an influencer never really resonated with us. Because, like, one, there's already a lot of,
it's oversaturated.
Yeah, sorry. There's a specific word I'm thinking about. But like, yeah, it's an oversaturated thing. You can Google how to become an influencer. There's probably a million courses already. And
this, though?
Yeah, this.
We have not seen.
No.
And we're like, who better to do it than us who have lived it and have felt the burden of not having the right person in this spot.
None of our other friends, our influencer friends, have these remote assistants. Like they have managers and things of that nature, but we have managers as well, like multiple, but they don't handle the day-to-day stuff like Anna does. And so, yeah, we just feel
it feels so
uber confident about putting this out there, and again, no imposter syndrome whatsoever, and just are proud of the work that's going into it. And again, we would never release something with our names that we weren't 110% confident on.
Yeah. And not to mention, it's been such a fun, creative process for us, branding and conceptualizing the branding for it. For some reason, we gravitated towards a vintage Princess Diana, collegiate, Ivy League educated vibe. And we kind of just ran with it. And now that's kind of the branding. And
so fun.
We just want it to be luxury and educated.
And not to mention, Anna loves her job so much. And if that didn't give us the extra fuel that we needed to because imagine Anna fucking hated her job. It'd be we wouldn't want to do this course. It'd be oh, well, it's not that great of a job. Who wants to do it? But she's able to travel the world on her own schedule, on her own time, gets her work done. We have a great relationship. And I feel and based on the lifestyle that she, advertises, because she's on TikTok and Instagram, people are constantly asking her, how do you do this? What do you do? And if this can be a gateway for people living their best lives and able to work remote and, just because so many people are looking for that sort of freedom.
That freedom, yeah.
So if this can even help people do that, I'm so happy.
Yeah, and forever humbled and honored and grateful that we can make that much of a difference in someone's lives.
Yeah,
so good, bestie. I'm so excited. And also, the course is gonna, you guys know, we go balls to the fucking wall.
Of course.
The way we started this podcast with 3 camera angles and shooting in 4K it was a fucking movie. You already know that we're showing up and doing the most.
Yeah.
And our shoot is about to be fire. The quality of content is about to be fire.
So good.
We have a makeup artist hired. Who the fuck are we? We're
it's the most minuscule detail.
But it just shows our attention to detail. We're gonna show up looking fire, giving it our fucking 110%.
We have our scripts written out. Each of us have a script for the day.
We bought a slate on Amazon, one of those things that go
We're doing 2 days of filming. So really, really excited for that. I mean, guys, it's gonna be a whole production. And aside from the production quality, the content of the course is so valuable. And we'll run off a few things of what you guys can expect in the course, just so you have an idea.
Excited. Well, if you're interested. If you're not,
regardless, I want you guys to know what's going to be in it.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna run off a list because we really don't want to give too much away. So I think we're just gonna babble out this list. And by the way, we are planning on launching in January of some point. So up until that point, we're just going to be doing a lot of marketing and building out the email list, which will give you guys all the information. We want to build out a strong email list because you guys, anyone on that is going to get first dibs for our discounts and sales that we're running and any fun updates when when we have a for sure launch date in mind and I don't know, and fun downloadables and PDFs. We're just going to go all out. So excited.
Yeah. So there's going to be quite a few modules in the course. And in each of these modules, we're going to be going through, step by step, from start to finish, what it looks like to be an influencer's assistant and essentially just preparing you guys with all the tools that you'll need to be successful in this job.
Do you want to just rapid fire back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
This is a little bit of what we're going to cover. 3, 2, 1. Mindset.
Inbox management.
Email etiquette.
Brand outreach.
Task management.
Campaign management.
Organization.
Oh, those are 3 different ones.
Yeah.
Trello, which is, again, just project management.
And our whole system of how we stay organized on Trello. Mm-hmm. Shot list.
Concept list.
Sourcing trends.
Invoicing.
Content creation.
Video editing.
Pro tips.
For camera. Homework and journals. So things that we're going to be assigning you guys little homework here and there to make sure that you guys are fully grasping what we're putting down.
Of course, very important, getting you hired.
Interview tips.
Mistakes that we saw in the hiring process.
And cold pitches. establishing
That's
yourself.
just a little bit. We're just skimming the surface, brothers.
Skimming the surface.
Yeah, there's more in there. We're deep diving.
We're balls deep.
Balls deep. Yeah, perfect. Balls deep. We're Magic Mike balls deep in this bitch.
And since the launch is going to be in roughly 2 months, we are aiming for a January launch. But during this time, we're going to just be like, from a business standpoint, building our email list, having people test the course and making sure that you guys feel like everything is covered. If there's any questions, like things that we kind of need to add after the fact, we're going to be adding that.
We basically want to do like a little trial round.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing some beta testing. So essentially what that's going to look like is people are going to take the course at a hyper discounted rate and in exchange for essentially feedback. And, potentially testimonials, things of that nature. We haven't really, hashed out any of those details yet. But if that sounds like something that any of you guys would be interested in doing, we would obviously love to give first dibs to the brothers because we know that you'll keep it real with us.
Yeah. And it's not going to be a big group of people. I think we talked maybe 10 spots.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 to 10
And that's not to be like, oh, it's exclusive. But like, we just genuinely don't want it to be in that many hands before it's like officially launched.
And too many opinions can get like kind of cloudy. And, we want to keep it to people who would actually buy the course and could see value in it. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, definitely shoot us a DM on Whiskey and Water or to actually just DM at socially.ambitious and DM us about the beta. We're going to be calling it beta testing. So if you guys are interested, let us know. We're giving first dibs to the brothers.
We'd love to just have like
and
feedback.
You guys are the first to hear about it because at this point, we won't have even talked about it on Instagram yet.
Yes, because we release at 12 and we're not really like announcing it until later in the day on Monday. So of course, brothers get the sneak peek.
And if you guys are listening to this on Monday, we are filming tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So stay tuned on our stories because you guys are going to be getting all the behind the scenes. And if you guys want to know about anything, of course, from the business side of things, like on the back end, let us know.
We'll do an episode about like how to make a course, possibly.
Depending on how this goes.
Yeah. But yeah, we really value feedback. So I think that beta testing,
like alpha beta.
Yeah. I don't know why I struggle saying that. The beta testing is going to be really valuable for us because feedback is so important and like everything, we're so confident in and we've thought about this thing from every possible angle that someone can think about it and digest it. We're like, okay, is this digestible? Is this confusing?
We literally have a dictionary of influencer terms.
Yeah, we have a vocab list
to make sure that you guys are truly like understanding everything that's going into this.
But it'll be super valuable just to get like outsiders' perspectives, get their feedback. We probably will send some sort of questionnaire for you guys to fill out if you're interested. And that's so valuable for us. So that like explains why we would give such a huge discount is because it's like mutually beneficial. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you, like she said, if you are interested in that, just DM socially.ambitious and Anna will make sure to add you to our list for the beta testing.
Yeah. And also when we do launch the course, we'll also be launching a Facebook group with, of course, people asking questions, but also whenever we hear about influencers hiring, we're going to be doing our best to get the students placed with these influencers, and all of our good friends have already expressed interest in this. So
we already got a roster.
So the idea is to get you guys paid. Not even that, but like whoever takes the course to get them placed with influencers. Like we want to see them thrive and turn this into a position.
Yeah,
and the cool part about it as well is that depending on what you're doing for each influencer, you can assist multiple influencers. Like Anna works on myself and Olivia. So, you can work on up to 3 or 4 influencers.
And I would say maybe there's like, scales to this. Like, because what she does for us, I would say is like full scale, right? Like she's doing inbox management, campaign management, negotiation. She's assisting us with content creation. She's sourcing trends and ideas. She's editing. So I would say like there's really not much that she's not helping us with. But depending on what someone wants to take away from this course, say they find a lot of joy simply in the content creation assisting. Like if it were me and I was, 21 trying to get my foot in the door, I would be like, okay, I love this. Let me find six influencers that I can assist with their content creation solely. So like you can opt out of like offering them inbox management and negotiations and campaign management because you really love the content creation most. Like the smaller the niche of the skill that you're offering, the more people you can offer it to, right? So it's also like great in that way that you can kind of just like pick what works for you and what you love doing and offer that to people as a service. You can even like make a business out of it, like make a little agency and say, this is what I'm offering. And it also goes hand in hand with management. Like I got some questions on TikTok about that. Like what's the difference between an assistant and a manager? And we have managers, but they don't do anything that our assistant does. Our assistant is more of a manager to us.
Yeah, she literally manages our life.
Than our managers are. Like they bring us deals, but they're not managing our work flow the way Anna manages it. So those are interchangeable. We might talk about that later in some later episodes if you want more clarification. But I feel like we've done a good job. I feel like we've shared everything we wanted to share.
I hope it's as exciting to you guys as it is to us.
Yeah, we're so hype. And let us know your feedback. Obviously, like this week, we're going to be heavy on socials, posting all about it because we just can't wait to share it with the world. We're so excited about the branding. Go give our page a follow. Show some love.
Sign up for our email list.
Yes.
Please go follow socially.ambitious on Instagram if you guys want to support us. It would mean the world.
If we saw brothers out there following the page, it would make me so happy.
Would love you guys forever.
I'm not going to beg.
But I'll beg.
Okay.
So I hope you guys, again, are as excited as we are. We're obviously going to be sharing a lot about this. If there's anything that you guys want to know from the business standpoint and like producing the course and what that's looked like. And, of course, we're filming this week, so we'll have a little bit more to share next week. And, as we kind of start producing it and getting it into production and get prepared for the launch.
Can't believe it's all happening.
I know.
So crazy. Feels like a pivotal moment and like a change of season for our lives. And I'm super excited for it.
When Liv was in Barcelona, we were fucking
grinding
hard,
it out.
Hard.
Grinding.
It was, again, so much blood, sweat, tears, energy, love.
Literal
in this
tears,
course.
like mental breakdowns.
Yeah, fun. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys hearing us out and being excited for our projects. And again, if you guys want to support, at socially.ambitious on Instagram.
Love you guys. Thanks for being on this journey with us.
And if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please go ahead, give us a share. We would love to see the support. It would mean the world to us, for real, for real. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.